Japanese food is amazing, but many foreigners come to Japan without knowing its unique food etiquettes, causing frustrations to all parties. So stop doing things like this, and this, which can frustrate the chefs, may even get yourself kicked out of the restaurant.
ここは日本なんです。警察呼びますかじゃあ。いいですよ。いいです。じゃあ警察呼ばせていただきます。
After so much discussion on TripAdvisor about the chef's scolding diners, disappointing, I could
I was
have
told
cried.
that even 1 minute late would be unacceptable. Apparently,
These are real reviews on TripAdvisor. Which restaurants are getting these horrible reviews? They are actually reviews for the famous sushi restaurant in Japan called Sukiyabashi Jiro. You've probably seen the documentary Jiro, Dream of Sushi. It's become quite a drama and there are two sides to the story, so I want to be as objective as possible here. I completely understand that the rules like don't be late even for a minute, no excess soy sauce or ginger, no constant talking are crazy and nonsensical for many foreign diners. To try to understand the other side, the chef's side of the story, the easiest way is to think of it as the first-class matcha tea ceremony. People are coming to see the solemn ceremony where the chef showcases years of training and talent, while the guests also concentrate to the fullest to experience it. Tea ceremony removes all distractions like unnecessary conversations and ritualize the conversation so that the ceremony can carry itself optimally. I'm an introvert, so I can totally imagine the pressure of small talk while you're doing something else. In short, no one goes to a tea ceremony expecting to have a good time. I am more of a party girl and all for a good time, so I personally avoid these places with strict rules. Any of you would like to have a good time with me? Slurping, and even more slurping. Should one really slurp the noodle as loud as possible in Japan? Is loud slurping really a compliment to the chef? Hell no! This is indeed a common misconception among foreigners that became so prevalent that it started confusing Japanese people themselves. But the true reason for slurping is to maximize the aroma and taste of the dish. With slurping, noodle is sucked into the mouth. Slurping carries the air up to the nose and you can enjoy the aroma as well as the taste. So, no offense, but I recommend you don't slurp in a restaurant and make a mess unless you know how to, because for us, it just looks like people are making fun of our culture. I know a chopstick trick or two, and they're against all the conventional rules, so I am in no position to criticize anyone, but there are chopstick taboos in Japan. A few times I have seen this chopstick stuck vertically onto rice. It is a way to serve rice to the dead. So I suggest you avoid this so as not to send a wrong message. What if there are big dishes to be shared on the table? Can you just use your own chopstick to pick them? This is a tricky case. Some people say you actually have to flip the chopstick to use the other side to avoid using the side that came in contact with your mouth. But with Corona and all, this has become a big no-no. So what then? Usually there are big chopsticks just for sharing the dishes. If there are none, you can just use your own chopsticks. Another no-no is to pass from one set of chopsticks to another set of chopsticks in the air. This taboo is also related to funeral and the dead in Japan. Almost all corpses are cremated in Japan, and the family member use chopsticks to pick up and pass over the remaining bones from relative to relatives. Chopsticks are called hashi, and the word hashi also means bridge. This ritual is meant to help the deceased to cross the bridge to heaven or twilight zone or whatever you believe in. Lastly, carrying each chopsticks in different hands to tear the meat apart. Foreigners often do this and I think it's kind of cute, but the obvious risk is that too much force can make the food fried right through and it's nothing no one wants that. What do we do then when the food is hard or too big? The easiest way is to ask for a knife and fork and cut the meat to a bite size. Otherwise, you can just have a bite of part of it and then put it back for another bite later. Perhaps cover your mouth if you like. Look at this giant bowl of ramen. It is Jiro-K ramen. Ramen style that is relatively new and super popular in Japan. It's my favorite style with fresh stir-fried vegetables on top, and everyone should try at least once when they visit Japan. But don't block the ramen shop queue and annoy the chef, please, because the catch is it's super complicated to order this ramen. Even many of the Japanese are scared off from trying because of this. Here's how it goes. Like many other places, you get a ticket at the vending machine and hand it in. Then they will ask you, would you like garlic? Here is when things get interesting because this is a secret code. To this question, you must provide answers regarding 4 toppings in its unique spell-like way. For example, let me try ニンニクと野菜増し増し油辛め多め。
ニンニクと野菜増し増し油辛め多め。
ニンニクと野菜増し増し油辛め多め。This actually means lots of garlic and veggies, plus tons of oil and soy flavor. So by combining these codes, you can adjust the amount of garlic, vegetables, oil that makes the soup thick, and soy sauce to make the taste stronger. I put a few spell combinations in the description box, so memorize it, and I guarantee you're gonna impress your date immediately. Some restaurants in Japan, you can't even get a reservation even if you ask a 5-star hotel concierge to make a call. And there are more and more restaurants doing this, including legendary Kyoaji, which is rumored to have been offered 3 stars by the very first edition of the Michelin Guide in Japan. Unfortunately, the Michelin Guide in principle doesn't give stars to referrals-only places, so this guide may not even be featuring the real top of the top restaurants in Japan. This infamous referral system is called Ichigen-san Okotowari. Restaurants and geisha bars in Kyoto are especially notoriously known for not allowing strangers to the premises under this policy. You basically need to know one of the existing customers and get their referral in order to even make a booking. But why? Don't they want to make as much money as possible by having as many customers as possible? Hell no! Because the restaurant owners are content with the current clientele and they think of deepening the relationship over time with existing clientele and between the customers as an important part of the experience. Many foreigners cannot converse in Japanese, and some even demand that the chef speaks to them in English too. So you can see how that is against what certain chefs want in their restaurant. Aside from that, obviously they make enough money and it simply doesn't make sense for them to take unnecessary risks like rowdy customers, late arrivals, last-minute cancellations, and of course letting in Elaine onto the premises. Notwithstanding what I've just said, I'm quite relaxed about it after all. If you f*** it up the first time, you just have to adjust yourself or stop going there altogether. What's the harm? As simple as that. I got more fun videos for you here and here, so click it and I'll see you there. I'm also developing a wholesome diet miso soup based on Zen monk's recipe. Wonderful. So once it's ready, it's gonna be in the description box too. If you can smash that like and subscribe button, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Bye bye.